In the deafening arena of artificial intelligence, a quiet giant has just made its move. For months, the world watched the AI race unfold at a breakneck pace, a relentless cycle of announcements, demos, and declarations of a new technological dawn. OpenAI, led by Sam Altman, captured the world's imagination with GPT, setting the very pace of the conversation. Google, under Sundar Pichai, mobilized its immense research power, answering with its own titan, Gemini. Anthropic entered the fray with Claude, championing a narrative of constitutional AI and responsible scaling. Safety became its banner. Microsoft, with Satya Nadella at the helm, executed a masterstroke, weaving AI into the very fabric of its software empire. AI everywhere. And, beneath it all, NVIDIA. Jensen Huang providing the silicon hearts for the revolution, the chips that power it all. All the while, the most valuable company on Earth seemed asleep at the wheel. Apple was silent. Its once pioneering assistant, Siri, felt like a relic from a forgotten era, a digital ghost, falling further and further behind with every rival's leap forward. But Apple wasn't sleeping. It was watching, studying, and learning. It let others fight for the spotlight, absorbing the public's reactions, the technological missteps, and the privacy pitfalls. Now, a strategy years in the making is revealed. A plan that could reshape the entire landscape, not by trying to win the model race, but by turning Siri into the universal front door, the single trusted agent for 2 billion users. In the war for AI dominance, Apple isn't building another weapon, it's seizing control of the battlefield itself. Apple's plan. 4 simple steps. First, reinvent Siri. From timers to a true personal assistant, Siri becomes the front door to AI, a flexible conductor, handing off to the best model for the job. Second, deep integration. iOS, iPadOS, macOS, summaries, drafts, images, photo organization, where you need it. The key is context. You, your data, your actions. Third, hybrid processing. Fast, private on-device, cloud for heavy lifts. Finally, choice. Link your premium accounts, let Siri hand off when needed. Apple is a master of building and monetizing platforms. We've seen this movie before. The App Store, curated, secure, a multi-billion-dollar engine. Now the same playbook for AI subscriptions. Subscribe on iPhone, and Apple likely takes a cut. Every month, Apple becomes the toll booth on the AI highway. For AI companies, reach explodes, distribution at iOS scale, but control slips. Apple owns the interface, relationship, and payments. They risk becoming the unseen engine, powerful but replaceable. That's what massively exposed looks like. Underneath Apple's entire intelligence strategy is a foundation built over a decade, custom silicon. The A-series chips in your iPhone and the M-series in your Mac aren't just processors, they are meticulously designed systems on a chip, engineered for this moment. This vertical integration is Apple's first, and perhaps most formidable advantage. It's not just about making things faster, it's about creating a specialized architecture where hardware and software are in perfect sync. This allows for a level of optimization that competitors relying on off-the-shelf components simply cannot match. The key is the neural engine, now more powerful than ever, combined with a unified memory architecture. This means AI models don't have to waste precious time and energy shuffling data around. Everything is accessible, instantly. This hardware advantage is what makes powerful on-device AI not just possible, but practical. It's fast, it's incredibly private, and it works even when you're completely offline. The result is a seamless experience where intelligence is woven into the fabric of the device itself, not tethered to a distant server. This architecture delivers 2 monumental wins: privacy and speed. Your personal data, your messages, photos, calendar, health metrics is processed within a sandboxed environment protected by the secure enclave. It's a digital fortress in your palm. This information is used to create a rich personal context for the AI, but it never has to leave the device. Apple is betting that for the most intimate digital tasks, users will always choose the option that guarantees their data stays theirs. While others chase giant, power-hungry frontier models in the cloud, Apple leans into ruthless efficiency. Think of it like this. The models from OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic are like industrial power plants, burning the through, wamwai, calm, hoarding cash, and then energy at a staggering scale to answer a single query. Apple's approach is more like a highly efficient solar panel on every roof. It's a different, more sustainable game, leveraging the billion-plus computers already in our pockets. By handling the vast majority of tasks locally, Apple insulates itself and its users from the soaring operational costs and latency issues of the cloud. This isn't just a cost-saving measure, it's a strategic moat. It ensures that as AI becomes more integrated into our lives, the experience remains responsive and affordable, without a per-query subscription fee for everyday tasks. It's a long-term vision for personal computing, where the power truly remains in your palm. Inside OpenAI, the news of Apple's AI strategy lands with a complex mix of excitement and existential dread. The excitement is obvious, a partnership that could embed their technology into the daily lives of over 1 billion users, a scale they could only dream of achieving on their own. It's a validation of their technological leadership on the world's most visible stage, but the dread is just as palpable. It stems from a simple, terrifying realization. If Siri becomes genuinely useful, easier to talk to than opening an app, user behavior could shift almost overnight. The default habit of seeking out a specific app, even ChatGPT, could be broken in a single software update. Apple's potential reach doesn't just dwarf OpenAI's direct user base, it redefines the very concept of scale in the AI race. This isn't about converting users one by one, it's about inheriting an entire ecosystem. The deal seems straightforward: integrate GPT into Siri, and in return, gain unprecedented distribution. But the fine print is written in platform power dynamics. Apple owns the front door, the user, the context, and the final click. OpenAI becomes a powerful engine, but one that's ultimately hidden under the hood, a supplier rather than the destination. For Google, the situation is even more precarious. On paper, reports of Gemini also being a foundational model for Apple Intelligence is a strategic win. It signals that their models are competitive at the highest level, chosen by a discerning and powerful partner. But the reality is that every single Siri answer, powered by Gemini or any other model, is one less search query typed into Google. Each conversational response bypasses the iconic list of blue links, and, more importantly, the ad slots that generate the vast majority of Google's revenue. It's a slow, subtle erosion of their core business model. This forces Google into the deeply uncomfortable position of being both a partner and a rival. They are actively powering a platform that has the potential to sideline their most profitable product. It's a classic innovator's dilemma, playing out on a trillion-dollar scale. And so, Sam Altman at OpenAI and Sundar Pichai at Google are left wrestling with the exact same question, a question that will define the next era of technology. How do you compete with a partner who owns the entire ecosystem, controls the user, and has just become your single most important and most dangerous customer? An agentic Siri could unbundle app experiences. Why tap through clunky UIs when Siri handles it? Less app time means fewer ads and shrinking revenue. Aggregator risk. When a model hallucinates, users blame Siri, and Apple. The curated garden meets unpredictable models. Protecting trust becomes a monumental challenge. If users swap models with a tap, the tech looks interchangeable. Competition shifts from best tech to best price for Apple. Grok, independence, everyone must choose, join Apple, or build outside it. Apple hasn't won the AI race, but it just changed the rules. It plays to unassailable strengths: hardware, ecosystem, trust. Distribution is everything. Apple owns the channel. Upcoming deals will set trajectories for the next decade. For users, more powerful, more personal, more seamless. But concentration of power can become a gilded cage. This is a marathon, the end of the beginning. The next phase won't be won in data centers, but on the screens in our pockets.